Debt, Dream Destroyer, Key Money Lessons. I want you to take a look at this picture. And I have this over here, again, Debt, Dream Destroyer. Now here's this woman, arms lifted up, high into the sky, dreaming. Unfortunately, it turns out to be like this man. He's dejected, he's sad, his dream is destroyed. Why? Let's examine some key money lessons. All right, number one, set realistic financial goals. Learn to distinguish between your needs and wants. Needs are things you must have. Wants are something you'd like to have, but you can't live without. Number two, make a budget. What is a budget? A budget means to first think and plan how to spend your money. Don't spend your money because you have it. Allocate your money you receive or earn. Set aside a predetermined amount of money for weekly expenses. Learn to set aside money for future needs. Also allow money for fun times. Number three, save. Try to put away some money you earn for special needs. Learn to cook and dine out only for special occasions. Be creative in how you can save money. Instead of using a car, consider riding a bike, using public transportation, or carpooling. Bring lunches and snacks from home. Buy used textbooks. Try to find employment and work during the summer when you're not in school. Number four, be a wise shopper. Be a comparison shopper and look for bargains. Use the internet to compare prices. When using the internet, there may be shipping charges. And buy only from reputable dealers. Wait for sales. Learn to use coupons and mail-in rebates. Number five, create an emergency fund. Emergency fund will help you pay for unplanned expenses with cash instead of going into debt. Be disciplined to save for a time of need. Number six, going to college. You may be planning on going to college. College can be very expensive. Examine ways to lower its costs. Investigate whether tax credits are offered by the federal government for you. Check if you may obtain a scholarship or a grant. Some organizations offer tuition money and loans for service. Can you live at home and go to a local college or take online courses and then transfer to your college of choice for your major? Number seven, the last one, managing debt. If for some reason you're in debt, what can you do to lower or eliminate your debt? Look carefully at debt charges. Compare interest rates and fees from other lenders, and look for ways to have them reduced. If you don't understand interest rates, study, seek help, learn about this important subject. David Brooks, a columnist for the New York Times in Let's Stigmatize Debt Culture the Way We Do Smoking, stated, credit card companies have played a role instead of targeting the financially astute who pay off their debts. They found they can make money off the young. 56% of students in their final year of college carry 4 or more credit cards. Brooks also pointed out that people who created this country built a moral structure around money. The Puritan legacy inhibited luxury and self-indulgence. Benjamin Franklin spread a practical gospel that emphasized hard work, temperance, and frugality. Millions of parents, preachers, newspapers, editors, and teachers expounded the message. The result was quite remarkable. The institutions that encourage debt and living for the moment have been strengthened. Don't follow the crowd that thinks it's okay to live in debt. Think. Be disciplined. Don't be foolish and waste your money with credit card debt. In the book, The Millionaire Next Door, Thomas Stanley and William Danko said there were three words that profile the rich: frugal, frugal, frugal. In other words, those who became millionaires are very careful to save their money. They aren't wasteful. You'll be smart too if you learn how to manage money and pay cash instead of going into debt. Here's the fundamental rule for debt-free living. If you don't have the money, here's the simple solution: don't buy it. And I've underlined, learn to live without it. How simple a solution, but how difficult to practice in today's permissive culture. Those aiming to have a successful future will eagerly embrace this simple prescription for debt-free living. Remember, you need money to go to college, buy food, shop for clothes, obtain shelter, and many other life's necessities. Look around and notice those living in restrictive lifestyle because they unwisely went into debt. Some will carry this heavy financial burden for many, many years. Be wise and disciplined. You'll never regret it. Let's look at this chart for key shopping tips. Do I really need the item? Is there a better time for me to buy? Will this item go on sale? Is the sale price really the lowest price? When I'm working in the kitchen and we're going to make a mess on the table, I usually cover the table with newspaper, like I'm cleaning fish or doing something else. And one day I got this newspaper ad and laid it out, and I'm doing this math series, and I said, well, let me look at these numbers over here. And notice what you have here. It's a plus free next day delivery and 0 interest for 36 months. And then I came looking at these price tags, and I said, let me do some math. Notice one has a little sign saying free HD TV. Notice it's $67 per month for 36 months. So all you have to do is 67 times 36 equals. Let's do the math. Again, take out your phone. There's a calculator on it. I'm going to do that right on my calculator. So it's the price, $67. 67 times 36 equals, I got $2,412. I'll just put that down. Now notice this $2,412 is very close to 2,399.99 cents, which is $2,400. It's just $12 difference. And they have this little free TV over here. But let's do the next one. Let's see what the number's there. Oh, so that's $68 a month. It's close to this one. Times 36 equals, and let's do the math. Take the calculator that you have on your phone. Clear it first. That's $68 times 36 equals 2,448. $2,448. If you don't use the 36 months, you could buy it for $1,599.99 or $1,600. So that $1,599.99, you put 1 penny into it, it comes to $1,600. Let's do the math. So we're going to subtract that. 0 from 8 is 8. 0 from 4 is 4. You can't take 6 from 4, so we borrow 1 from there. 6 from 14 is 8. So what you're paying then for 36 months is $848. And that's why I stress, watch the small print. Notice the ads. Do your math. Take the time. Don't be gullible. Is there a cheaper place to buy the item? Is this a reliable place to buy the item? And last, can I buy the item online for a better price and wait for it to arrive? These are just some ideas for you to save money and not go into debt. Let's take a look at purchasing a car. Purchasing a car is usually the most expensive item young people will buy. A young person I know who is working as an apprentice electrician went out and bought himself a nice new car. I spoke to him about eating out with the young people at church, and he said he couldn't afford it. The reason? He bought himself a new car. Now, most likely for the next few years, he'll live hand to mouth because of his costly car payments. Many youth want an expensive car to impress others, to show off. King Solomon, the wisest king of Israel, said, "Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty or proud spirit before a fall." He also said, when pride comes, then comes shame. But with the humble is wisdom. Trying to impress others is a foolish way to live. Be intelligent. Buy a used car with low mileage. I'm the president, owner of largest electrical discharge machining job shop in North America. I bought a used house when I moved to Texas 38 years ago. It's the only house I ever owned, and I'm still living there. Let me give you a tip. I've taught automotive in high school for many years and bought numerous used cars for my family of 5 children, because we needed a big car, and I also did a lot of repair work for my autos. I was in my 60s and a successful businessman when I bought my first new car. A 10-year-old car with 60,000 miles is nearly as good as a 2-year-old car with the same mileage. If you buy the 10-year-old used car, you'll save thousands of dollars. Let others show off their new cars and go into debt. One day they'll pay dearly for their foolish decisions. Don't fall into the debt trap. Let's look at this chart. It's from our Number Success book, number 8. And you can go on our website and look at this, right up, this chart is on there. Unit 4, Auto Depreciation. And note what it says here. Automobiles decrease in value as they get older. This decrease in value is called depreciation. Some cars depreciate more than others. Also, the condition and mileage of the car have a great effect on the depreciation. Now, this chart is the approximate auto depreciation. Usually, year 1, your car loses about 30% in value when you buy a new car. And in year 2, another 15%, year 3, 12%, and year 4, 8%. And we see a problem here that's been done, and it's down here using the calculator. And we're going to go now to the calculator and do the same problem so you see, and I encourage you, go to our website, it's free, numbersuccess.com, and go to Book 8, Unit 4, and you can print this page out and do these problems so you learn how to save money. The book says the car costs $43,500. Press the all clear button to make sure there's nothing in the calculator. $43,500 minus 30% equals, so 1 year, that car, you could buy it for generally approximately $30,450. The second year is minus 15%, and that equals now $25,882.50. The third year is minus 12%, and that's $22,776.60. And the fourth year, minus, and that's 8%, and that equals $20,954.47. I did the math already, so the new car costs $43,500, and after 4 years, its value plunged down to $20,954. For a 4-year-old car, you would save $22,646. That's a lot of money, and if it's a 10-year-old car, it will go down a lot further. I hope that by watching these videos, you'll have a successful future. That's why I made these videos for you. One of the ways to destroy that dream of having a successful future is to go carelessly into debt. In the next video, I'll demonstrate a quick review of fractions, decimals, and percent. Remember, you can always learn more by going to numbersuccess.com to learn more about math from addition all the way up to trigonometry. The course online is free.